Is it working? Oh, it is. Is it working? Oh, that's gonna loop. Nice. Right. Is it on YouTube? I think we are. This over here. Why is it frozen on LinkedIn? Oh, because I hit pause. What's up, everybody? I don't know if anyone's watching. I'm standing up a new little medium, if you will, a new little streaming medium that I'm going to try to do across LinkedIn and YouTube at the same time. I think it's working. I need to like test the notifications though. If you're watching, can you write something in the chat? Or if you have a question about HubSpot, happy to answer it, obviously. Where is... Okay. Like test the notifications though. Whoa. All right, so restream. Where's the restream logo? What's up, Elaine? Leonardo, how you doing? Roland, what's going on? Guys, if you have any HubSpot questions, you need some inbound therapy, whatever it may be, I'm here. I started HubSpot a while ago, back in 2015-ish. I'm over at Happily now, which is a company that builds apps on HubSpot. But I did everything at HubSpot from, I think I onboarded like close to 200-ish customers in my time there. I ran the new hire training program for a while. I trained over 1,000 HubSpotters from all over the world, and was a solutions engineer on the sales team prior to leaving and then coming over to Happily as the chief evangelist. Elaine, you got a question. Is there any way to truly map a contact to customer journey from traffic source right the way to customer? You know, well, because it depends on what you're looking for, right? So when you're talking about that, Elaine, are you trying to see like, all right, I want to see all the steps like someone took between, you know, becoming a lead to actually becoming a customer? I'd say historically, hey, there you go, Leonardo. What year were you? And when? Elaine, back to your question. Oh, there you go. I'm telling you what. Well, I think you just did in the chat, but that's okay. I'd say, listen, here's the deal. For a long time, that was pretty tough, because how do you truly map a journey that hits like a bunch of different points, right? Because you got to think about it. Like everyone's kind of flying through their own journey on your website and through your content, right? So like, how do you graph that out? How do you actually, you know, measure that, right? Because if I were to ask you, like, what would you want that report to look like? And could you draw it? It would be pretty tough to do that. Right. The closest HubSpot has come to do that, and I think they've gotten pretty close, is that customer journey analytics that you see in Marketing Hub Enterprise. Right. But the thing is like, that's not going to like magically map out the journey everyone's taking. The way you want to think about using that tool is you want to test your assumptions on how you think people are kind of flying through that journey. Right. So for example, you're probably setting up a whole bunch of different content, right? Maybe some landing pages, some this, some that, the other thing, right? Maybe some emails you're sending out, whatever it may be. And you probably have an idea in your head on the journey people are kind of taking from when they become a lead to when they become a customer, right? But since like that data is very chaotic in nature, it's pretty difficult to create any sort of, report or visualization that's showing that for everybody, because everyone has their own journey, even though you're setting up certain things that you likely think they're going to go through, right? So when you use customer journey analytics, what you want to do is you want to use it to test the assumptions of the journey you're putting out in front of people and see if people are actually flowing through it that way. And the beauty of those like Sankey charts that they create is that they'll tell you if people are getting to certain points in the journey in different ways that you aren't necessarily thinking, right? So, yeah, that's probably going to be the tool. Is that kind of like a tough thing to do if you can't afford enterprise? Yeah, right. But I would take that same idea of testing assumptions and seeing if it's working, right? There's other ways you can do that on different parts of your journey, maybe not showing the entire thing, right? But there's different ways you can do that inside of HubSpot, right? Like I'm pretty sure you could build like different types of funnel reports and stuff like that, but maybe that's just in CGA. I can't remember, but that's the closest HubSpot's really kind of gotten at being able to do it. You're good. So Elaine, you're a current HubSpotter. What do you do? Let me take a look here. Feb 2021, Leonardo. So my first one was 2018. So you probably caught one of my later final classes. February, March, because I'm trying to remember. That might have been one of my last classes before I went to the solutions engineer team. Oh, 20-second delay. Yeah, no worries. Oh, nice. Awesome. Fellow trainer. I love it. Yeah, I mean, big thing with that customer journey analytics is like, you got to tell people, listen, use it to test your assumptions, right? Build what you think the journey is and see if it's actually happening, and then explore where those Sankey charts kind of branch off, right? Like you got to use it as a way to go uncover other stuff, right? Cool. I wonder, I need to see if the YouTube comments show up in here too as well. Can you guys hear that music, by the way? Is it too low? Is it too high? Like, how's the audio? Do I sound all right? You're a god? Okay, this is what I want to see. Let's actually, wait, I gotta test my other scene here. There we go. Here's a little YouTube action. I want to go see if my, wait, let me go for the other one. Where's my other profile? Let's see. Oh, wait, the chat doesn't show up in here. I gotta fix that. Can I do that actually? Can I just come back into here and just grab this? You barely hear the music. Wait, the audio dropped? Can you not hear me? Yeah. All right, let me fix this. So browser, can I copy this and then move over to this scene? Can I just paste this in here? Do I not know what I'm doing? I don't know what I'm doing. Paste. Oh, there's the chat. Okay. I put it over here. Oh, it looks weird with that background, but whatever. All right. Okay. What was I gonna do? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Whatever. All right. Oh. Okay. Duplicate audio. Here we go. All right. YouTube link. How can I share? How can I? Wait. Can I chat into this? Restream is not letting me chat. Do I have to refresh the? Oh. All right. I just shared the YouTube link. If someone wants to go over there and just like chat in the YouTube link. Oh, this is weird the way it does this. Ah. Okay. Then I can switch back over to just chatting. Nice. Very cool. Yeah, I don't know. I'm wondering if I should just like, I've wanted to do this for so long where, oh, I'm going to fix this. What hat am I wearing today? Timer Man? Let's go. I'm on an infinite spiral in YouTube. Oh yeah, because I had like my OBS window open a whole bunch. That's probably why I fixed it. Wait, what happens when I switch back over to the? Oh yeah, because it's gonna show that. Okay, I'm gonna get off of that. Let's do just chatting then. Yeah, I think it's because it was looking at my. I showed my OBS in there somehow, and it must have. I have no idea how that worked. Anyway, this is easier. But yeah, I mean, I want to try coming on here and just like, I don't know, giving people HubSpot therapy. I don't know if that's the right way to do it. No chat option on YouTube. What? It doesn't say show chat on the top right hand corner. Wait, I can do it. Why am I making other people do it? I just wrote test in the YouTube chat. Oh, there it is. Okay. Strange. Loaded. Oh, there we go. Thank you, Leonardo. I appreciate it. We got it. We nailed it. I don't think I can. Oh, nice. Okay, so it shows up. Okay, perfect. I'm wondering if I should pay for this Restream thing. So there's this like tool called Restream that lets me stream to it, and then it basically splits the feed across LinkedIn and YouTube. And that's good because LinkedIn like doesn't have any native integrations with OBS, which is really annoying. So like I have to like stream to like a custom ingest, and it's like all weird, and like chat doesn't work or anything. But this makes it work. So sick. Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking of just like, what was that cartoon? Charlie Brown, where was it Lucy? Or who's the character from Charlie Brown that has the free psychiatric help for 5-cent stand? Hold on. Charlie Brown. Who's free psychiatric? Lucy's psychiatric, yeah. Psychiatry booth. This is the vibe that I'm going for this stream. Okay. Wait, where's the chat? What is going on? I have to paste this in here. There it is. Okay. Did I do it on? Okay. There we go. Wonderful. Yeah. So this is the vibe I'm going for. I actually, do I still have it? I couldn't get it to look good. It just was looking hella corny. But I was trying to make like an overlay like this and putting my face like in the overlay here. But I don't know. I just got too lazy and I didn't finish it. But that is indeed the vibe that I'm going for. LinkedIn has a delay. YouTube is more on point. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. Anyway. But yeah, I'm thinking of just like, hey, if I'm sitting doing some like deep work, like either like editing a video or just doing like a bunch of administrative stuff in the back end, and I have some time to pop on here and answer questions for people just as they you know come and go as they please, I'll try it. Leonardo, do you have any burning HubSpot questions? Anyone else in the chat want to say what's up? Looks like we're up and running. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I think LinkedIn's like a little weird. I feel like you don't really get any like George. George, you know what I want to do? I want to see if George, will you test my Discord with me? I want to see if I can do a Discord call-in thing. George, I know you got Discord set up. George, you have Discord. I know you have Discord. You set up that. Yeah. All right. Let me see if this works. I'm trying to set up. Oh, dude, you did a live today that I wanted to go to, but I had a call. How'd that go? George, I'm gonna DM you a Discord link. Carrie, let me just set up. In HubSpot reporting, is there an easy way to train people on how to plan and create the reports they need so they can actually create their own? That's a great question. Well, one, if you mean training, and 1 second, let me send this DM to George real quick. George, I'm gonna LinkedIn DM it to you, okay? And then, Siri, I'll get to your question in just a second, because I have thoughts on that. Yes. Okay, George, I sent you a invite to hop on the Discord. And then if you can go into the voice room called call-in waiting room, and then I'm going to see if I can drag you in to the live on air one. Just let me know if you can do it. Oh, there you are. Cool. And actually, I want to get your take on, is it Sherry or Sari? Am I saying your name right? Ceri? I just want to make sure I'm pronouncing it correctly. Yo, George, see if you can get in the voice channel. It says call in waiting room. Carrie. Okay. Let's see. Easiest way to train people on how to, oh, there's George. Hold on. Okay. George. Can you hear me? Oh, wait. Oh, I wasn't even in the room. George, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, what's up, dude? Okay, cool. So it let you get into that call waiting room thing.
Yes.
And then I was able to drag you in. Okay. Sick.
Yes.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Oh, wait, hold on. I want to see if I can actually get I can probably get your screen on.
Yeah, I don't know. Don't you love testing stuff out?
Oh, it's great. And Carrie, I'm going to get to your question. Carrie, I'm going to get to your question, and I want George to give his 2 cents on this too. And you can hear
George.
What
was the question, by the way?
Okay, so Carrie asked, what is the, oh, I can't see it because it's like behind. Let me just change my screen here real quick. Okay. What is the easiest way to train people on how to plan and create reports they need so they can actually create their own? George, I have thoughts on that, but I know you're a master HubSpot trainer. What's your hot take on that?
Well, my hot take is make sure they're knowing the questions that need to be answered.
True.
Because everything when it comes to reporting starts with a question. But then if they're creating it, listen, let's be honest. Like, I love training people on HubSpot, but getting them to dive into the reporting certification that Jory did, that's step one. Maybe even listening to, honestly, Hub Heroes and the episode that we had Jory on and some of the crazy stuff that she unlocked on there might be step two. But again, I'll be quiet here because I know I'm just helping you test. It literally is, what are the questions that need to be answered? And then how should that be presented in a dashboard of multiple reports where it can easily be seen and easily sent out to the team?
Yeah. The part that I'll add to that. Oh, wait, perfect. Hold on. Let me just get George on the camera. Oh, wait, you guys can probably see my Discord. I'm going to make it so wait, how do I just show George right here? Here we go.
Oh, look at me drinking water. Isn't that nice?
Yep. This is the George Drinks Water show now.
Yes.
So let's bring this over here.
Sponsored by nobody that sells water.
And then I'm going to do one last thing here.
You're doing an OBS resize.
Yes,
are you using OBS?
Yeah, I switched over to OBS just to see what it was all about. Right?
Oh yeah, I love it.
It's way better than Streamlabs. Oh my god. Anyway, okay, so
make me smaller though, so they can still see your face.
No, I am. I did.
Can be a small block.
It's on a delay. It's on a delay. Yeah. You should be in
there you go.
Okay. All right. So Carrie,
it's funny that it's on a delay since your hat is about time.
I know, right? It's pretty ironic. Anyway, go down the timer, man. So training folks on the reporting tools. So one, definitely have folks, if they can, it's a bit of a beast of a certification, but there is like a literal reporting certification that HubSpot Academy has. I would say that's kind of step one. In terms of advice I would give them, if you have a new employee going and saying like, all right, I'm going to put myself in the mindset to go learn reporting, right? The big things that they need to you need to tell them to like keep in the back of their head and like just keep as a reminder is that you got to master like just the 3 big steps, right? Understand the data sources you're picking, understand the parameters. And a lot of that is just remembering like, what's the x-axis, what's the y-axis, right? Because I've failed math a lot until I figured that out. Like I really didn't understand HubSpot reporting. And then the last piece is knowing that like filters are everything, right? Like 90% of the reports you'll build in HubSpot are reports where you just need to think of the right filtering and then you're doing a count of records, and like that's almost everything you're doing from a reporting standpoint, right? So if they can like master those 3 specific just concepts, that's big, right? There's obviously like a lot of reporting content like out there in like the HubSpot sphere, like Elaine's sharing some right now, and so like if you could put together like a doc with some of that stuff, that's probably going to be good too. But then the last thing I was going to mention from like an enablement side of things, and this is a really good use case if you have Operations Hub Enterprise. Operations Hub Enterprise has this tool called datasets in it, and a lot of people don't understand how it works. One of the biggest things that can be like super intimidating for someone who's learning how to build reports is just the vast amount of data that's in there for them, right? Also, George, if you have to run anything, don't think I'm keeping you hostage, but I love you. Stick around. No, stick around. I'm just saying, don't feel like you like have to. If you have to do something, I'm not gonna be offended. The thing that's cool with data sets is that you can make it so when someone goes and like builds a report, it's not just showing them literally every single property that they can use. All of the data is selected for like what properties they can actually bring in to build out those different parameters. And you can say, hey, if you need to go make a report about XYZ, use this data set I built you, right? And instead of seeing every single property, they just see certain properties you've given them. And you also take care of the filtering ahead of time, so they don't have to go through that other complex step of like filtering stuff out, right? So, think about that option more as like enablement, if you will, for reporting, right? Like making your data more accessible and easier to understand and more useful for folks without them having to do a bunch of work to set it up. But the other piece is like, Leverage Academy. Like they have a really well put together Academy like certification there specifically on reporting, which would kind of be like step 1, right? But again, give them that advice of just like really just figure out what data sources are, get comfortable dropping properties onto the XY axis and what that does to visualize your report. And the last thing is like think critically about your filtering, right? Because that is 99% of that tool.
Yeah, I definitely want to double click. I want to double click on Elaine sharing the HUG, the super admin HubSpot user group reporting, because that was good. It was a good piece. And Max, I'm going to double click on what you're saying, but I'm going to simplify it because as an admin, as somebody running HubSpot, if this is about like enabling your people to create those reports, the data sets, and any other way in HubSpot that you can figure out how to simplify it so that they don't think that they have to be a mathematician, so they don't think that reporting is difficult. So like it is about that. How do I make it simple? How do I enable them? And it's so important in HubSpot.
Yeah, make it easy for people. Man,
Make
you know
it
what
easy
I need here?
peasy.
I need a happily logo on this. That's what I need to add.
Yeah.
I want to add, you know what? Hold on. Let's do this. Ready? Image. Where's my Paleta? Where's my Paleta? I'm gonna browse.
What are you only gonna put 20% of the logo up?
No, I'm gonna put 100% of it.
I know. I was saying Pareto's, principle, like 20%. Anyway, it was a bad dad joke.
Paleta's principle. There we go. Boom. I gotta find a funner way to do that. Maybe I should make sure this goes good. Oh wait, I have the thing up on the top right. What am I talking about? I have it in there. All right.
I mean, you have the electric, live happily.
That's true.
But still, the nice little tasty, like ice cream. I need some orange sherbet. Every time I see that, I'm like, I need orange sherbet.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I just like ice
Or
cream in general. A creamsicle.
Creamsicle. Yeah.
Leonardo, what's your question there? Something similar on what you see when you click a company, but not having to click on each company. You mean like the preview? I can't tell if you're having. Oh wait. Okay. Wait, no. You have questions above this. How do you dashboard target account engagements so the sales reps can see who is closer to do reach out? I don't know if I understand the question there. Carrie, I'll have send them the certs. Just the clients tend to say they do not have a lot of time, but that's all great stuff. And the hug was a good one for sure. Love the data sets. A lot of clients don't have Ops Hub yet. Yeah, especially not enterprise Ops Hub. Cool. Awesome. Well, glad that helped, Carrie. I'd say too, if you're building this stuff for clients, right? Honestly, the certifications are great, but yeah, people don't have a lot of time for that. I'd say if you can put together like a little video that just explains, here's why you like how you select a data source and what that means, and explain the difference between primary and secondary data sources. I think I did a video on that a while back. I can't remember. I did something. I did like a TikTok or something about that explained it, right? Explaining the difference between primary and secondary sources and like understanding that is huge, right? But if you could set them like a Loom that explains that piece, show them how to drop the stuff on the report, and then triple down on the filtering stuff, that'll go. That's mostly all you need, right? If you want to do like some basics training on that, and you can make like a 5-minute Loom for them explaining it, right? Especially if you're setting up a lot of the data structure and stuff for your customers and setting these portals up, and then they go in and kind of take it, and you're saying like, hey, here's the here's the quick and dirty on like how we set up your reporting. And if you want to build reports, like here's some custom objects we made, here's some properties that you asked for, right? You could probably do like a similar video for that for each client, right? Leonardo, so how do you
by the way, Max, the target accounts, and maybe it's just because it's not there like immediately. If you go to target accounts and like instead of clicking on the company name, if you just hover over the white space to the right of company name, it gives you an account overview button that then opens up a right hand like panel that you can see the details of the actual activity and contacts and internal stakeholders and deals and page views without having to click into the actual company. Is that what Leonardo is asking?
Maybe. Let's take a look. Hold on. I'm going to get you over here with me.
Yeah, account overview, basically. That's what it shows.
Let's go pop into it in my personal HubSpot portal.
That's the smallest I've ever been in my life.
I feel like I should start talking like this for the rest of the time.
There you go. Oh, I gotta do something weird about that chat screen if I'm on like a white screen like this. Oh, maybe wait. I can do this. Because I've got kind of like a dark background. Hey, that'll work. Can I put this on like the right side? Yeah, sure. Okay. So Where does this sit again? Oh, my screen is way too big. Target accounts. So how to view on a dashboard. Okay, target account engagements that the sales rep can see. Oh, okay, got it. So Leonardo, you're saying you want to be able to build a dashboard, right? That is showing you a list of companies with target account, but filtered by target accounts. So think about what you want to see here. So like you're saying, I want to go to a dashboard, right? So the reps can see who is closer to do reach out. Oh, so okay. I know what you're talking about. So what you could do is you could build a report that basically shows companies, like a list of companies. You would filter it by the is target account property. Like there is literally a property here. So if we go to properties, you go to company. Nope, that's not what I'm supposed to be doing. Company properties. Target, right? So there's George had to go, so I'm gonna pop him off of here. Cool. So there's literally a property called target account, right? And I think this is either set like to yes or no or something like that, right? So you could use this as a filter on your reports, right? And then what you would show as one of the options on like if you did like I don't know, let's actually go like build something like this. I'm gonna go take one of my companies and turn it into a target account. Oh, I have one company named Max Cohen. That's funny. I'm gonna create a company here. Let's call this Pepsi. Cool. PepsiCo, create. Wonderful. Let's make another one. Let's do Coca-Cola.com. Great. Cool. Great. Awesome. Right. So I've got Pepsi and I've got Coke, right? There is a property for that. So what I can do when I take a company, so this is not a target account, right? You can see this on the right-hand side. I'm just gonna make this full screen. Silly, that's not. So if I want to make this a target account, do I just hit edit? Yeah. So it literally changes that. It brings up that target account property here, right? So if we'll set it to true, bang, right? So now if I pop into here, target accounts, I can see that the Coca-Cola company is one of my target accounts, right? But if you wanted to make a report on this, let's go to reports. It's probably gonna be goofy because I haven't logged any engagement to that. So I'll do a custom report builder. We'll do data source. I just need really companies at this point because there should be like a last engagement date. What's the date? Last activity date, right? Cool. So what I would do here, one, I'm going to filter this report by the target account field. And so I'm going to set this to yes, right? So is equal to true. There we go. Oh, that's cool when you do it like that. It just does it's a little toggler. Nice. So the way that this is working now is that the only companies that are going to show in this report here, which ultimately it's just going to be a list showing the last activity date so you can look at it, right? The only companies that are going to be included in here are ones where the target account is set to true, right? So from here, I could do like a table, I guess. And then we could do name. And we do company name. We drag that, have that be a column. And then activity date. Last activity date. In theory, this should work. Unless I set this up weird. Or maybe it just hasn't updated. Hold on. Test target accounts. Test dashboard. Sweet. Okay. Now, in theory, I mean, this should be bringing up company name, unless I like filtered it out weird. Maybe that target accounts thing takes a minute to update in the back end. What happens if I don't? Did I do companies? Yeah, I did. What happens if I get rid of this? I should see 2 companies. Okay, here we go. Now, if I filter, Come on, HubSpot. Don't make me look stupid on live. True. Oh, there it goes. Sweet. So yeah, there it is right there. I got a weird, like, let's actually switch this over so it's a bit smaller. Whatever. You can kind of see it. Oh, wait, I can switch myself over to the other side. Aha, there we go. Right. So you can see some sort of report like this, right? Update existing report, right? So now if I go back on my dashboard, is it this one? No, I put it on a different one. Test. So yeah, I've got the chat's kind of blocking it, but you get the idea, right? So you could set up something like this, right? You know, you got to run all good, man. I hope that helps. Look at that. Bringing a little bit of value on the very first stream. I love it. Who else has questions? I'm here for you. I'm just going to get some work done until people ask me stuff. How do I see live stats? Matthew, you still in the chat, buddy? Have a good one, Leo. You know what I need is I need a little call to action on the screen that tell people why I'm here. Let's build one. Let's go. Let's pop into Canva and we'll just rip it. Yeah, just a little bit of office hours. You know what I mean? That's what I should call it. I should call it office hours. Oh, that's a really good idea. It's actually, let's make a sign. But how do I see the chat? Refresh. Oh. Wait, Discord shows it too? Huh. Nice. Okay. This is, I want to get like, I need to get. We'll get chat on this screen too. Interesting. I need some sort of like dark layer behind this. Add color source. Select color. Can we do like a dark gray? Ooh. Okay. Kind of. It kind of works. A little bit? I don't know. I think this needs to be darker. There we go. That'll work. Okay. should I do this? Is this what I'd started? Very chill, very cool, free HubSpot and inbound advice LinkedIn live stream. Doesn't exactly jump off the tongue. Or roll off the tongue, I guess. Let's just do. I want it to almost look like a sticky note. Let's do 500. No. Custom size. Is there a template? Sticky note. Yes. Here we go. And then I need like font. Does this look like handwriting? Handwriting. There we go. Ask me your HubSpot and inbound questions. And I'll turn it. All right. Ah, beautiful. Let's export this. Guys, if you're popping on, you're wondering what the hell is Max doing live on LinkedIn designing something in Canva. I asked myself the same question a little bit, but we're having some fun so far. If you have any questions about HubSpot, the inbound methodology, or hats that I make, or whatever, I am here for you. If you have any questions about the Happily apps, I'm here for you. And if you're watching and you are a HubSpot partner, deploying HubSpot for HubSpot customers, listen, I want to talk to you about our Happily partner program. But first, let me get this awesome sticky note that I made. Wait, I need to add a drop shadow. Can I do that? Yes. Yes. Look at that. I have to sneeze. Oh, sorry. All right. Now I gotta fix this. Oh. Is that font weird? I don't know. No, that looks cute. All right. Share. Download. Transparent background. Give it to me. Boom. 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 All right, I want to go back to my just chatting scene. Here we go. Okay. How am I doing this? Plus? Image? Ask me anything. Browse. Images. Boop. Boop. Oh, it's cute. There we go. Just tack it up on my wall right there. Bang. Here for you. Nice. All right. Get out of this. Look at that. It's so cute. It's so adorable. Guys, again, I am here. Any questions you have about HubSpot or inbound life, my streaming setup, creating content. I'm here, baby. I'm gonna get some work done until I got some questions. Also live over on YouTube. Make sure you go follow the YouTube channel. Hold on. Let's gotta do this. Yeah. Where's my Happily browser? Oh, it's right there. Don't forget. We are creating hella content over on YouTube for Happily. So you got to check it out. A lot of good stuff on there. Should I move the chat over here? Does that make sense? Am I crazy? Ooh, maybe. Gotta add like a dark layer behind it, but figure it out. Debbie! What's up? Oh, and now I see your chat in OBS too. Okay, cool. That's awesome. Debbie, how you doing? Oh, wait. I can chat. Oh, it's read only. That's silly. Oh, so I can't chat back to YouTube from here. No, to LinkedIn. That's goofy. That's goofy. Debbie, how you doing today? Doing great. Love to see it. We gotta get you on the podcast soon. I should have asked George what we were talking about this week. This music's coming through, right? Yeah, it is. Okay. Good. Debbie, do you have any more of those what's it called coming up? What was the thing that I just did with you guys a while ago? The boot camps? Is there a new boot camp starting soon? There's gotta be. Aren't you guys always doing that? Dude, let's go look at some LinkedIn content. That's what I want to do. Oh, I gotta get a gray background for this one too. Hold on. Color source, copy. This one needs it bad. Boot camp started on the 18th this month. That's awesome. How many signups do you have? That blue is so weird. Wish I could change the, like, what sort of background are you supposed to have where blue and white show up like in the same way and aren't contrasted like crazy? Can I fix that in Restream? Appearance. Colorize author names. Can I not do that, please? Over 100. Is that high for you guys or is that low? That sounds awesome. Compact mode. Does that change it? All right, is there any good content for us to look at here? Oh, that's better. Oh, you just need like a super like dark background for that. What's the latest Rob Jones's joint? That's what I want to know. What's this guy up to? Oh, I saw this one. This one's funny. You've had over 300. That's wild. Is this music like insanely loud right now? Is it just me? It's like super loud in my headset. Oh, it is super loud. What the heck? Or maybe it isn't. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. Well, that's tight. Anyway, I'm gonna pop back over to here. I'll make that nice and big. I'm just gonna do some work while I answer questions. Now it's too quiet, Ian? The music's too quiet? Or is it too quiet in the chat? Well, let me put it back up. Is that better? What audio input is this even going to? Oh, Carrie, we got another questions. Let's go. It's from the partner's perspective. How do you make workshops super fun to sort out client objection, customizations, and also pipeline building? Let me process this question. It's from the partner's perspective. How do you make your workshop super fun to sort out client objection, customizations? Can you break that question down for me again, Carrie? So like, are you saying how do you keep the workshops fun but sort out clients object customizations but also pipeline? Oh, are you saying like are you saying if you have like multiple customers come into a more general workshop that you're doing and they have like different custom objects than other ones do, and so like their questions don't end up being like relevant to the group? Maybe if you could reword that one for me. Let's go. Another wonderful, happily customer. We love to see it, guys. Ian, how's the music now? I feel like it's insanely loud. I feel like I'm at a club. Carrie, one thing I'll mention about workshops and just training in general. Oh, hey, you got a nice little shout out from Debbie over there too. There is this. So when I was a trainer on the L&D team at HubSpot doing the new hire training stuff, I have to turn this music down because I feel like I'm in a club right now. All right, wait. Okay, let me look at your question. How would you run a workshop for one client that was to really customize their portal? So I tend to start with the contact company and deal object views and each session to really make sure they're only seeing the info that they need. Oh, so you're talking about a workshop for a specific client. Okay. So yeah, I mean, you're going to want to customize it depending on like, yeah, if they are adding any other like additional objects or anything like that, you'd want to like be able to explain to them the scenarios in which they'd use those like other data points for sure. in terms of structuring it, I mean, let me think about this. Starting with like how they're defining and how they're using those standard objects is definitely big, right? I'd say the other thing you want to do too is you want to think about how you're presenting a lot of their data to them and making it easy, but give them the context into when they would use like the different properties that there are, any custom properties that you built for those standard objects, right? And making sure you're covering that kind of stuff before going into any kind of custom objects that you've built out for them, and making sure like you're using real scenarios that they would go through, right? To actually put those scenarios in context as you're training them, right? Geez, this music is so loud. Let me turn it down. Okay, I need to like hear myself think. Can I turn it down here? Okay, sweet. So yeah, so let me just read through this. So how would you run through a workshop for one client that really wants to customize their portal? I tend to start with the contact companies and deal objects. Yes. To really make sure they're only seeing the info they need. Yes. Yeah. Start with those basic objects. I don't think you're not doing anything wrong there. Right. I think the biggest thing that you need to do is always be able to explain the why behind it. Right. The other thing that you're going to want to do too is like when you're going through all these different objects and going through like the different properties you're making available to them and everything else, also think about like saying like, hey, depending on your role at the company, you might want to see different things on these records depending on the situation, right? So you probably also, if you're doing like a big training to kind of just introduce people to the records and the data they see on those records, also tell them about the record customization, right? So show them how they can go into the settings and like change the sections. If they have an enterprise version of HubSpot, show them how they can like edit the, what's the word I'm looking for? The conditional sections, right? Show them how they can change things on the team-based views, right? Because depending on the team that you're on or your role at a company, when you're using HubSpot and when one person's looking at a contact record, depending on their role, the context that they have to the business, if a different person's looking at that record, they might want to see something different, right? So I think like really informing them of like, hey, this is how you have it set up today. Should you need to like customize this any further, make sure they're aware of record customization, because a lot of the pain that gets created in a HubSpot portal is when people have to like really spend a lot of time searching around for data that should just be, you know, surface to them, like depending on what their role is, right? Or like what type of contact that is, what type of company record it is, what type of deal it is, right? You can show different information on the left-hand sidebar. So definitely work in their ability to kind of take what you've already built them and make it their own and make them feel like empowered, right? That's what I would say. But in terms of like ways to make those like fun, try to like create scenarios that would like, sorry if these ideas are kind of all over the place. I'm just kind of going off the top of my head right now. Try like building some test data that you can kind of walk through a realistic sort of like, not workflow in the sense of building a workflow in HubSpot, but a workflow that someone would have in HubSpot in terms of like what they're doing, right? And you got to try to tailor that to who you're talking to. So like if you're a marketer, you're showing something different than if someone's in a sales pipeline, right? Kind of how they'd interact with a deal or how they'd interact with like a target account company object or something like that. I don't know if this is getting you where you want to go. I'm just kind of throwing out ideas there. The second question is sales pipeline build out, the customer journey. How do you make that super fun? I think maybe not fun is the word you're looking for. I think making it hella relevant is a good replacement for fun, right? The big thing is like going into a CRM is inherently a very boring thing, right? So you got to say, why should you be excited that all this data is at your fingertips and how is it going to make your job better, right? And that I think is a good substitute for fun, right? Because having someone walk you through a CRM is generally a snooze fest, right? But if it's like walking you through a CRM and saying, hey, these are some things you told me before that were a super pain in the butt for you, and now they're not, right? Because I've built XYZ, and this is why it's going to be helpful, and this is why you're able to do your job a little bit better. That I think is what people are really looking for. So like engaging might be the kind of like better word there. Going back to what I was saying before, any sort of like, and I'm assuming, Carrie, I'm like hella assuming here you're doing these over Zoom. So if you're doing these in person, maybe this isn't super relevant. If you are delivering these through Zoom, one of the best experiences I ever had in terms of like figuring out how to become like a really good like Zoom facilitator, because I had to do this for new hire training after the pandemic started. Like we went from me being in front of a classroom, running around, me like doing my thing, screaming at people, looking like some sort of like inbound evangelical preacher at the front of the room, right? We went from that to like completely delivering everything over Zoom, right? Okay, you're using Google Meet, same idea, right? We worked with this company called, oh man, it's gonna kill me that I can't remember what they're called. They're called like the remote, are they called the remote training company? No, what are they called? Oh, I need to find who these people are. I'll find it. But we worked with this like really amazing company that gave us all of these like Zoom facilitation like training tips, right? And like a lot of the stuff that they taught in terms of like engagement had to do with like, how can you make things as interactive as possible, right? So step one, I would say you got to figure out a way to get them to participate. So table stakes for that would be like, instead of you sharing your screen and walking through what you built out for them, have them share their screen and let them drive, right? And you walk it through and you tell them what to do, right? So they can get a practice spin going through it, but they can also show their coworkers, right? As you're kind of going through, but they can also get used to it, right? But also that way, you know, they're completely engaged because they're doing it. They're feeling empowered. They're getting it done, right? So step one, don't be the one that walks it through it on the Zoom or the Google Meet. Have them share their screen, have them do it, right? The other thing is like, the other thing that we learned is, and like, maybe this is like kind of relevant, maybe it's not, but oftentimes when I would have to do Zoom trainings, if you are doing a training, for example, right? Something that I would do, and again, I was training classes of like, you know, anywhere from like 20 to 50 people at a time, right? And this is way easier if you're dealing with like a smaller group. If you can write down everyone's name on a piece of paper or on like a spreadsheet or something and print it out, what you can do is, as you're asking them questions, you can use this piece of paper to kind of keep track of how you're cycling through each one of them to engage them, right? So like maybe you're asking a question about an old process. You ask that to Jack, and then you're saying, all right, cool, Jill, do you want to go and like share the screen and we can go through this? And then maybe you're explaining a certain scenario. You can say, hey, Bob, has this ever happened? Right? And then what you could do is you can use this like checklist of names that you have kind of off screen to kind of make sure you're engaging everyone evenly, right? Now, while you don't necessarily translate that to being something that's like super fun, what happens when you do that and like you call on certain people, everyone starts to kind of get conditioned to be like, I got to pay attention. I got to learn. I got to be engaged here, right? Because they know that you're going to end up calling on them, right? So like that might be an effective use if you're doing like any sort of like trainings versus like walking through something that you built. But I mean, you could take that and apply it to either, right? But again, I think the biggest thing is just like involving them in whatever it is like you're presenting to them, right? So whether it's either having them drive the screen share, we used to make like stuff in our slideshows that would have like a you know, an interactive element to them. Like I would ask the class like, hey, what answer do you think this question is? And I would like move something around on the screen, right? There's a lot of cool ways you can do that, but maybe that's more relevant in like a training you might be doing versus like, you know, walking someone through what you built, right? But yeah, I don't know if that helps. It's a bit of a ramble, but it's just some things top of mind. Debbie, spot on, Max. A great question, Carrie. People want to know how your training is going to be useful, especially them. That's always the way to keep them engaged. There you go. Is the company Sandler? Wait, is that a question for me? Max is the company Sandler? Is that a Sandler sales reference? Sandler selling? Is that what it's called? Not Adam Sandler. cool. Oh, it helps, Carrie. Carrie, do you guys do like, is this, again, was your question more like in the, we built something for someone and now we're kind of handing the keys over, or are you doing like general trainings too? Oh no, Debbie, no, it wasn't Sandler. It was, oh man, this is really gonna make me mad that I can't remember these people. They're called The Remote. Oh god, she's gonna be pissed at me if I don't remember who this is, because I loved these people. Was it Megan? Remote training. I'm gonna find these people. What is it? Who were these people? Oh, this is gonna kill me. Tend to have more retainer clients now. I turn my onboardings to retainers, but yeah, we do trainings and onboard. Cool. Yeah, I'd say, Carrie, if there's any like packaged recurring trainings that you do where it's like, hey, we've got like a reporting training and we, you know, it's you always deliver the same thing. It's easier to plan ahead for some of those different like engagement points, right? Like if you maybe had them do like a little bit of pre-work ahead of the training, and then you want to do like a group quiz over like a PowerPoint presentation or like a slides presentation or something like that. Like any sort of opportunity you have to like make it more interactive, you want to try to do that. I gotta find out who these people are. They had like a very simple name. It's like the Remote Training Company or something like that. Oh, that's gonna make me so mad. I can't remember who these people are. I loved them. Ooh. I'll find it. Hold on 1 second. It's Catherine Nicholson. The Virtual Trading Team. That's who it is. Hold on. I found it. Should have known it was that simple. Let me show. Yeah. Okay, here it is. I'm gonna share the screen in a second. Visit website. These guys. Where's my scene? Screen share. Boom. The Virtual Training Team. So these guys came out to, we did it over a Zoom. They did a Zoom training for us on like how to deliver like any sorts of like training over Zoom. And Catherine, who I believe runs the show over there. Let me look. Catherine Nicholson. There we go. Catherine is amazing. Okay. Catherine, if you're watching, I love you. Catherine's awesome. She came in and did a training for like our whole L&D team on like how to actually deliver trainings over Zoom. And the stuff that I walked away from this, like, I think they did like 2 or 3 trainings with us. I still use today a lot of the same methods. So if you're looking for like a really great team to like legit train you on how to deliver like awesome, like virtual trainings, the Virtual Training Team is like the way to go. They're awesome. I'll stop shilling, but yeah, just had to mention it. I'll send you shoot me a DM and I'll send you Catherine's information if you want it. She's great. Oh yeah, let me just catch up with the chat here. Check out the HubSpot certified training. Oh yeah, that's true. There is that HubSpot certified training program. Wanted to make it more fun rather than just this is how you set it. Yeah, true. Yeah, check that out. Carrie, hope that helps. They're awesome though. They're worth every penny if you want to invest in like virtual training stuff. What else is going on, people? I'm here to help. Let's see. What can I do? Can I share this on LinkedIn? Is that something that it lets me do? Oh, nice. Sorry, what? Don't apologize for asking questions. That's exactly why I'm here. What's your favorite thing about HubSpot? What made you love it? Oh, that's a good question. Here, let me share the stream out really quick just to see if we can get some more folks in here too. And I'll tell you all about it. Answering HubSpot live now. Boom. I hope that works. Cool. Okay. So what's your favorite thing about HubSpot? What made you love it? Story time. So back when I first started, I'm gonna turn the music off for a second. Back when I first started at HubSpot, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I thought I knew what inbound marketing was, because I had to learn about it in a course during my master's. And that sounded weird. That story is funny because I had just graduated college with a degree in marketing, and I went back for my master's degree because none of my friends graduated. So I kind of had like a senior year 2.0. It was fun. But one of the first classes that I did, the marketing professor that I had years before, that like for all those years before, was like, listen, I want you to take everything that I taught you over the past 4 years and just forget about it. And I was like, oh, that's weird. I just paid a lot of money to learn all that stuff. What are you talking about, buddy? And in that summer, from when I graduated to when I came back for my master's, he had discovered HubSpot and he had discovered inbound. And he basically got completely orange pilled and was like, listen, inbound is the future. Everything I taught you is garbage. And here's why. All right. And so that's where I found out about HubSpot. When I finally got to HubSpot after working at like Apple for 4 years doing like B2B sales, I'd kind of forgotten like a lot of the stuff that I knew. So I didn't really like kind of know what to expect going into it. But that was back when it was just a marketing tool, right? So it was like just, you know, kind of what you know as today of the Marketing Hub, and like the CRM had like just came out. This is like 2015. So like Sidekick was still a thing, right? Before it became Sales Hub, all that kind of stuff. But I fell in love with it when I started to see people who took it really seriously during onboarding get a lot of success with it. And I really started to like hate it when I would see folks who would just squander the opportunity to use it, right? So like when I was onboarding people, you get plenty of folks that were like self-starters and like super ready to go and like, you know, really into the old idea of like doing inbound and figuring out how to create content and like doing all that kind of stuff, right? And when they would see a lot of success, that got me like super, super fired up. So I think it was just like, I fell in love with HubSpot when I saw the positive impact it could have on a business and the positive impact it could have on people's careers, right? That's it. That was the big thing, right? Like I loved seeing the marketer that became the director of marketing, or that salesperson that like, you know, figured out how to like streamline their pipeline and got a promotion and hit their quota and like all this kind of stuff, right? So it was more so seeing the success people were having got me super into the tool. And then of course there's the whole like, you know, HubSpot first, Salesforce saga, if you will. I always kind of like view a lot of it as like David versus Goliath, right? And that we're this little like CRM sort of kind of punching up at Salesforce, right? Which I thought was like super interesting. And I thought the concept of being David, I think, is way more exciting than being Goliath, right? So I think that's cool. But for me, it's just like the easy use and the power behind it's like amazing, and like the cool stuff you can create with it is really fun to do. I'd find myself like just dreaming about like building workflows and doing like nerdy stuff like that. So I was like always very into using the tools, and as they added a lot more like customization around it too, like being able to customize like records a whole lot. Custom objects was a cool new things, like the things you could build when custom objects came out that just weren't possible at all before, right? And like there's a lot of stuff that like Salesforce already has, right, that like HubSpot doesn't, and it's like really exciting to see us like take the time to deploy like a lot of those features really well, instead of just kind of rushing them in there, so I thought that was always cool. But I don't know, in terms of what I love about it, it's just I love the impact it can have on a business when people take it seriously, and the fact that it molds so tightly with the inbound methodology. Like if you think about it, like it's a product that's purpose built to deploy like a specific strategy, right? And like it's cool to kind of match up the features and the tools to like the more meta parts of the strategy, and to get it to just be sort of like a symphony together. I think it's just a really neat thing. So it's a whole bunch of reasons, also carry for your trainings at the start. I'm just catching up with what Debbie said. For your trainings at the start, we have your agenda. You could ask them a question if there's anything specific you want to have as a takeaway to make sure your session's valuable. Yeah, that's huge, right? Depending on how many people in the meeting, they can put it in the chat or somewhere off mute. Yeah. Even if it's just to get the engagement too, right? To get them bought in and listening for something specific, right? Yeah. Definitely fell in love with workflows, workarounds, and just the easy use of the system. I want my client to love it as much. Yeah, same. I used to get so like pissed when I would get customers that like got it and then would do nothing with me, right? It's like, man, if you guys were like blessed enough financially as a company to be able to like afford HubSpot and then just do nothing with it, right? Or just use it as a glorified email tool. Like that would always light a crazy fire under my butt. And I would always want to like get people to see the bigger picture. But I think what's so neat about it today is just like, it could be your entire sales, marketing, and service apparatus, right? It's everything, and all those things that touch the customer journey, just having it all in one place is great. And when you really kind of get all those things working together and like you make your flywheel in HubSpot, right? You truly get all the pieces connected together. Like that is such a cool thing. I don't know. Yeah, I love it. And ask as many questions as you want. This is literally why I'm here. I made a sticky note graphic because of it. Wait, Carrie, you're at Inbound FinTech? Did you know, sorry, I was just looking up on LinkedIn. Did you know, Jack, was it? Oh no, you might've been, okay, so you've been there 10 months. Maybe you didn't know him. Max, a lot of questions we often get surround adoption strategies. Debbie, talk to me. I do feel the knowledge base and agent support team also do not get enough love. True. And the community is great. Yeah. You can't, like, where else can you find like a community as vibrant as the HubSpot community? It's crazy. He was your manager just before he left. We were SEs together. Well, he was in a different region, obviously. But yeah, we were SEs together before he went there, I think. Do you guys, let me ask you this, Carrie, do you guys specialize in working with financial companies? Is that what you guys do? Yeah, Jack Coldrick. Yep. And I feel like an asshole for not remembering his last name. I totally should have, because he's just got a great name. Jack Coldrick. truly epic name. Carrie, we should talk at some point about the Happily Partner program. Just because we have our, do you guys work with like customers that use Stripe at all? Nice. Carrie, okay, you have some Sage a bit more. Okay. Carrie, so Happily, company I work for, we have an app called Zebra, which is an integration with Stripe. So if you have customers using Stripe and they want to get their transactions from Stripe and their subscriptions from Stripe into HubSpot, our app Zebra does it, right? And if you guys are a HubSpot partner and you're having your customers like use Stripe to get that data into HubSpot, we'll pay you commission for that as part of our partner program. So if you or anybody else over at Inbound FinTech wants to talk to me about the partner program, I would love to work with you guys. Because yeah, Zebra is like a huge piece of our puzzle. And we're always looking for partners to help us like roll it out to customers. I could even show it to you actually. Let me do that. Let me just bring up here, Carrie. You might be into this. I'm gonna show this to you. Hopefully you're still there. So Zebra. Let me just bring this up. You can kind of see it. There you go. So what Zebra does is if you have an there's kind of there's three ways. Sorry, there's two ways to think about this. If you have an enterprise version of HubSpot, that's the ideal, right? What we will do is we will bring in custom objects that we automatically create for subscriptions and transactions from Stripe, right? So if I go take a look at this Zebra subscriptions object here, right? Mess around with this for a minute. Okay. And I'll go take a look at these like active subscriptions. What we do is we'll sync in subscriptions from Stripe into these subscriptions objects in HubSpot, right? So you get like a status. So is like the subscription active? Is it canceled? Is it past due? Right? Which is really cool if you need to do any like automated emails, things like that. So it'll tell you like what the status of the subscription is. It'll tell you how much it's worth, right? Also like what the MRR is. We like automatically calculate that for you, as well as like the billing cycle type. So like we bring in all this data off of the Stripe subscription object in Stripe, and we bring it into HubSpot so you can do what you do with data in HubSpot, whether it's like building reports, creating automation, running segmentation, right? So if you have like a marketer who's like, hey, give me a list of contacts that have a subscription to a specific product, right? You can do that now just because your subscription information is coming in live, right? So we bring in the subscription information. We also bring in the transaction information, right? Which is basically just money going in, money going out. And those transactions will associate to subscriptions automatically as well. So like I could go to a subscription and see all the different transactions that have been made, like paid to it, right? So that's like one thing that we do. But when we bring that data in, it allows you to do some pretty sweet like monthly revenue reporting on HubSpot, right? Because we actually have a subscription object, which is fundamentally different than the idea of a deal object or a company object, right? I'm gonna flip myself over on this side. Yeah, there we go. Can I bring the chat with me? We're gonna do it. This one, whatever. It's all the same. I'll go back over here. So it brings a lot of that information over for you, so you can actually build like some pretty sweet reports, right? And then there's a lot of other data that you can do with that. I mean, a lot of other data that you can like play around with. So for example, like if we looked at like marketing stuff here, right? you can see like your MRR by original source, because these subscriptions associate to the contact, which holds like all of the actual information, right? For, you know, what sort of marketing sources people have actually interacted with before they actually became a customer, and they're producing MRR for you. So it brings over the data so you can do a lot of this cool stuff, right? The other thing that it does as well is when you look at contact records, let's go look at Jane here. Let's say you've got like a support or like a sales team working outside of HubSpot, or working inside of HubSpot, not outside of HubSpot. That wouldn't make sense. And you want them to be able to like manage the subscriptions your customer has. We give you this little Zebra card on the right-hand side over here, right? So you see this card, it says Zebra. You could actually go and look at that customer inside of Stripe, right? But then it also shows the different subscriptions to the different products they have. And what's cool is I could go into here and actually create new transactions and new subscriptions right from within HubSpot. And I don't even have to go in Stripe. So if I want to take like credit card payments over the phone, right, and do that through HubSpot, I don't even have to leave my CRM, right? I don't have to go into Stripe. So like I can create new transactions here. I can take credit card information. I can use a saved payment method that they already have, right? A lot of cool things. I could also come in here and I can either upgrade or downgrade subscriptions and even pause and cancel them, right? So it does a lot more than that, but like, you know, if you have any Stripe customers, this is huge, because you can get that data in HubSpot and then, you know, empower your teams to do a whole bunch of cool stuff with it. Yeah, it's Zebra. We make a bunch of other apps, but like Zebra's kind of like our big one at the moment. Yeah, if anyone over at Inbound FinTech, including yourself, wants to talk to me about it, I'm totally down to talk to you guys about the partner program. We need partners. And we love our partners. That goes for you too, Debbie. Debbie, aren't you a partner, or do you work at a partner, or are you working at a company that uses HubSpot right now? What's your current sitch? I'll get the vibes going again. I'll get the music back up. Yeah, I thought you were a partner. Okay. Yeah. Carrie, this works for all the apps, I assume. If you're talking about the commission, yeah, all of our apps that Happily makes, yeah, same idea. If you were to have a customer use any of our apps, like Associate, Clone Attack, you know, if they're paying us for it, we'd be paying you for it, commission. But yeah, all the apps we built are just apps on HubSpot. Yeah. Yep. Same idea. Yeah, Debbie, we should talk about the partner program sometime. Also, if anyone is like watching and like you're interested in becoming a Happily partner, let me actually I'll show you where to go. If you just go to happily.com, I'm blurring out my top of my screen just so I don't like share any hub IDs or anything like that. If you go here and then just go to partners, I think. Yeah, so happily.com/partners. I'll put that in the chat. Oh, I can't send it to LinkedIn. It's so goofy. Anyway, if you're a HubSpot partner, pop into here, right? If you just hit contact us or something, yeah, here you go at the bottom. There's a form you can fill out. Just make sure you select like partnership, right? And what that'll do is that'll send a request over to me and you'll get like a little link to book time with me. And we can always talk about it whenever you want. Because for any partners watching this live stream, I'm the partner guy over at Happily. Came to LinkedIn. Okay, yeah. I went in and posted it manually on the LinkedIn one. Cool. Yeah, more than happy to chat about it. I wonder, are there any good like updates we can like review? Let me go to my personal one. Should there be any updates that I should be super stoked about, or what, dude? A little bit of zoom here. There we go. Actually, no, because you can see the Happily logo. What the heck? There we go. All right. Product updates. Ooh. Coaching playlist. Yes. So sick. Do I have any calls in here? I don't think I have any. Oh, my old ones. Yeah, let me check these off. So wait, how do I do? Okay, I haven't actually added anything to a playlist yet, right? So if these are all my calls. Do I just hit playlist? What? Oh, create playlist. Okay. Sick calls to listen to. Playlist description, dope calls that Max made. Oh, and you could put it in a folder. That's kind of sick. So you have private playlists and shared playlists. And then only, okay, so that makes sense. Everyone, I guess. Cool. And then if I wanted to add a call to this, find a call recording. Here you go. How do I add it? Am I crazy? Yeah, Debbie, exactly. Like HubSpot payments is only in the US. Wait, Stripe isn't available where you are? Interesting. Debbie, what are the big payment platforms you use over there? Big payment platforms. That's a hard word to say. Big payment platforms. What? Yeah, send me what you guys are using. Okay, how do I add this to a call preview? This is so funny. This is a call I did with my best friend that I recorded to HubSpot when I was pitching HubSpot to him. Add to a playlist. Oh, and then you can add a description as you add it. That's kind of sick. See, hold on. Okay, that's pretty cool. Welcome to action. I can move it. Oh, you can follow playlists. So I'm assuming what that means, if you can follow playlists, then as soon as other calls get added to playlists, you're probably getting informed of it or something. I don't know. That's cool. Yeah, coaching playlist is dope. The stuff that they're doing for like rep enablement, I think is so cool. Like you got the coaching playlist. They did the prospecting dashboard too, which is like really cool if you know how to use it. I'm pretty sure they had plans to like add in other stuff into the schedule whenever you had like meetings that were completed to like make sure you complete it and stuff. I don't know how much of that stuff they've actually added. But yeah, this prospecting dashboard is really cool, especially if you're using like tasks a whole bunch, right? That's super dope. What else do we got? I just saw something that I talked to my buddy Logan about earlier today. That was pretty cool. There's a send email notification, which I assume emails when someone listens to it. Okay. All right. That's pretty dope. See if people are actually listening to the calls. Where was that going? Product updates. I need to, you know what I need to do on these streams too, is I need to go look at like other HubSpot content and like review it. And just like see what other people are talking about. There we go. A little more intimate here. Okay, let's take a peek. Private beta D&D. Oh, drag and drop. Oh, this is what I was talking to Logan about. Okay, so this is actually pretty sick. So what this looks like, drag and drop areas and custom email templates allow customers to be able to drag and drop modules and mark email editor when using a custom code email template. Content creators now have flexibility to make simple changes without requiring. Okay, sick. So could you only do this in the classic editor before? Previously, when a content creator created a marketing email using a custom coded template, they could only use a set of predefined modules in the template layout that were predefined by their developer. Okay, that makes sense. And I don't think they were using the new drag and drop tool either, unless I'm crazy. The areas in custom email templates allow the developer to create custom modules while also providing areas in the template that marketers can drag and drop modules that. Okay, that's sick. So I'm assuming you can build custom email templates now and then do sections of them that allow you to do it. Yeah, Dungeons and Dragons. That's exactly what I thought at first. I'm glad we're on the same wavelength there, Debbie. All right, that's sick. What else we got? Automatic drop. This is insane. This is absolutely massive, actually. So syncing like drop downs, pick lists, like radio selects, like that kind of stuff for data sync. This is legitimate magic. This is crazy. And it's nuts that this works with all the different like data sync apps. Like this is nuts. Kevin Van Beers did a good one this week about deal stage skipping and how to stop it. What? Yo, can you link that, Carrie? I want to see that. I love Kevin's stuff. Yeah, link that. I want to go watch it. Yeah, this is huge. This is like automated drop downs in data sync, or like drop down connections in data sync. I wonder if there's any like caveats to it though. So visually, nothing but changes inside of new existing data configurations. Just like any other field mapping, I'll be able to map two drop down fields, which will result in syncing two ways. It's two-way. Oh, because it would map one way into a text field. That's right. And that had to be to us, I guess, right? All right, let me hit that link, Carrie. I'm gonna kill the music. Kevin, my man.
Today, I want to talk about what's up, everybody. Back again with another video. And today, I want to talk about everybody's favorite topic, which is deal skipping.
Yes, Kevin, yes.
Skipping. If you've been working with HubSpot for some time,
It's so funny. I'm having so many like flashbacks right now to when I was like, let me back this camera out a little bit. Oh, that's too much. When I was an SC and people ask me like, how can you stop people from skipping deal stages? I just go, I don't know. They're gonna do it. And then I would try to like say, well, this is why you want them to be able to do it, and just try to like reason my way out of it. But I want to see what Kevin has to say on it.
might already know what deal skipping actually is and how it limits you.
Well, this very pretty funnel report.
Creating funnel reports for your deal stages. But for the people that don't really know what deal skipping actually is, let's take a look in HubSpot to kind of see it in action. So deal skipping is the simple fact where you have a sales pipeline and people are not following all the deal stages.
Yep.
Which means they might start in the first stage, and then instead of moving it to the second stage, they are moving it to the third one. Presentation schedule, right? You got some properties you got to fill in, and then boom, you move it to the third one. So now you skip.
I need to go back. I wasn't paying attention.
The second fill in, and then boom, moving it stage, and then instead of moving it to the second stage,
they skip stages.
They are moving it to the third one.
Bad little sales rep,
right? You got some properties you got to fill in, and then boom, you move it to the third one. So now you skipped the second stage.
Does that, I can't believe I don't know this, is if he had required fields on that second stage and you go to stage 3, does it ask you to fill in the required fields from the previous stage? Or does it not even have you do that because you didn't go into that second stage? It's kind of wild that there isn't like just a a setting that just says force linear stage progression and like make you go through each one of them. I don't know.
Or in some cases, you might even create a deal and put the deal in
a
the
later
fourth
stage. Yeah.
Missing the first three.
Mm-hmm.
And really, I don't care how you put your deals in HubSpot, but if you want to report on the conversion percentages for each deal stage, now you're kind of running into issues. If we go back to the dashboard here, we have this very helpful funnel report that HubSpot facilitates. And it shows you the number of deals in each stage with, of course, the conversion percentages.
Mm-hmm.
But as you can see, this report is kind of empty because for HubSpot to be able to calculate the conversion percentages, the deal needs to be in each stage.
Yep.
For HubSpot to calculate it. If you skip a stage, say you go from the first to the third one, missing the second, HubSpot can't effectively calculate the conversion percentages because you skipped the second stage. And thus,
I wonder how that report's doing that in the back end. Like, is it just looking for like that? Like, what is it looking at? Like a certain property to have a certain value? Because it's not like that isn't unless you have Timer Man, which is the hat that I'm wearing right now, by the way, right? You can see all this like average time and stage stuff that he's looking at in this report underneath it. That's a report that's like a pre-built report, like it's a pre-built like single object report. Whereas Timer Man, what it does is it actually creates properties for how long you've been in every single deal stage, right? So if I don't know if that's going to be part of his solution here, we'll see.
The deal will not show up in this report. And now, like I said, basically this report is worthless because people are skipping stages and HubSpot can't calculate it. And we can even see that if we go to customize and if we kind of remove the percentages, right, where it doesn't really matter if you skip stages, you go to any, now we're seeing all the deals.
Mm-hmm.
That's perfect, but then again, you're not seeing
stages,
the conversion percentages because you need to have been in each deal stage for HubSpot to be able to calculate this. Now, there are various ways to kind of tackle this, combat this. You can use properties that you kind of force your team to fill in, or you can use notifications. If you identify that a deal has skipped a certain stage, you can send a notification to the deal owner, for example. But there's one other solution you can kind of leverage here.
Ooh.
And you can create a simple workflow that checks if a deal has been skipping stages, and if so, it moves it back to the skip stage, and then again moves it back to its original stage it was in.
Let's go.
And if you create a workflow like that, you can create reports like this one right here.
Oh, beautiful,
and this
Kevin.
Is much more robust. It shows you all the deals in the pipeline with an accurate conversion percentage.
That's sick.
And we can even verify, because if you now go back to customize and if you go to any, we see the exact same numbers. So
there you
we're
go.
Now seeing all the deals
Smart.
in their respective stage with an accurate.
Why does the percentages only show up depending on? Oh, because it's showing how many people went through all this. Okay,
Conversion
I get it.
percentage. And like I said, you can create a rather easy workflow that helps you create reports like this.
Show me the workflow.
The workflow is rather simple. Each time a deal gets put in a specific deal stage, the workflow gets triggered.
Oh, what is this
So make
if then
sure
branch gonna look like?
re-enrollment is on. And then I'm branching out on
Ooh.
each individual deal stage
It's big.
where I'm simply checking. Let's go to the second stage where I'm simply checking if
Oh, it's huge.
the deal has skipped its previous stage. So I'm looking at the second stage here, which is
Deal stage has never been set to any of blank. Oh, so he's looking at the deal stage field and then using has never been set. Okay.
is qualified to buy. So anytime a deal gets put in the second stage, I'm checking if that deal has skipped the first stage. And if so, I'm putting it back in the first stage and then immediately put it back in the second stage, its original stage it was in. And by putting it in the first stage and I'm back to the second, now it will show up in your funnel report.
Is this only if they skip once though? Like, what if they skip to like step 4? Is it filling? Is it repeating and going back to each one of these steps?
Same goes for a third stage. We continuously check if a deal is put in the third stage. We check, did you skip the first one? If so, we put you back in the first, the second, and its original third one.
There it is.
Did you skip the second?
Yep.
Then we'll put you back in the second and the third one. So each
smart
stage.
So he repeats this throughout each one of the stages.
As you go along,
holy
the workflow
shit,
obviously grows in setup, but the approach is staying the same. So you're continuously checking all the previous stages that the deal was in, and then you just put them back into the original deal stage it was in.
Yo, this is 4D chess.
By running this workflow continuously, you can create a somewhat more accurate report. Of course, the best solution to prevent deal stage skipping is having that discussion with the sales team, asking them actually why are they skipping stages.
True.
Right?
True. Not all problems are technology problems. Some are people problems. And that's a great call out. Like, you can create these like wild workaround like tech fixes, like which Kevin just reached into his wizard hat and pulled out this amazing thing. But a lot of the times it's like talking to people, right? Like, why are you doing this? This is awesome.
Pipeline. Should we remove stages or the definition's not clear? So before you actually run into HubSpot and create all kinds of automations, make sure you have a discussion first with your sales team or with the team to
do you actually need it?
Know the underlying reason why they're skipping stages and then optimize moving forward.
See, there needs to be some kind of like what would be crazy is if there was some kind of like marketplace that HubSpot had where Kevin could go and take this workflow and like sell it to people, right? Because this is awesome, and this is a problem that like a ton of other people have, and Kevin just made a literal magic solution to a problem that I have never been not lazy enough to figure out. So I don't know, Kevin, this is super cool.
So yeah, I wanted to share this workflow. There's one tip I wanted to give you, or one extra thing I wanted to mention. If you run reports on time in a specific stage, of course, this workflow will kind of...
You should all go get Timerman for that. Just saying, little shameless plug here. Timerman actually turns these things into real properties that you can use, not something that's just hidden behind this like single report here.
Skew the numbers because we're moving deals through stages very quickly with the workflow. So if you run reports like this, you might see some very strange metrics here. For
Some
example, we
goofiness.
see,
Yeah, that makes sense.
this deal stage decision maker bought in. The average time in deal stage is like 3 seconds. So you kind of know.
John, are you on Discord? Do you have Discord? I want to talk to you about I want you to tell me all about those new JavaScript. No, not JavaScript. React apps, and explain to me like I'm 5. If you have time, I can send you a Discord link. Anyway.
Okay, this is definitely a stage that has been skipped a lot. So yeah, you can't really rely on these numbers because the workflow might alter them really quickly. But then again, it could give you an overview of what deal stages are actually skipped, and then you can use this to kind of fuel the conversation.
No worries, John.
Your sales team.
John, when you can go deep.
So yeah, wanted to
let me
share
know.
the
Wanna go
workflow.
deep.
Let me know if
Nice.
this helps. And as always, happy HubSpotting.
Ah, Kevin, you legend. That's awesome. That's
What's up,
wicked-
everybody?
Whoa! There we go. That's wicked smart. So it's just literally just. What is the word? Oh my god, it's so loud. Can I turn this down even more? No, too much. Weird. Anyway, well, that's sick. Does this affect this? It does. Sorry, I'm just doing like a weird audio thing because I can't figure out how to not make this music so freaking loud. There we go. I hope that's what it is. That's super cool. Man, if you guys have anything else like that, let me see it. John, is there any recent developer stuff I should be like highlighting or calling out to anybody? What's new in your world, man? Look at this. Associate is the truth. Love that. Guys, if you haven't checked it out yet, new video just dropped. What did I cover? What is this one? Oh, this is updating association labels with associate. Let's go. It's a nice little, we go a little deep in this one. A couple of examples if you're dealing with like multiple association labels. It's pretty sweet. Anyway, let's go back and take a look at what else we got. Coaching playlist, super dope. We already looked at that. Meeting rotations. This is awesome. Well, React.js for some CMS devs. That part is public beta. Y'all devs can go wild. Oh, for CMS Hub devs. Sick. Nice. What I want to know is when we can use those cards for public apps. React, and I'm assuming those React.js cards are the ones in the center panel, right? Center panel custom cards. I don't know. I might be thinking of something different. Anyway, meeting rotations. This is so dope. Am I not in the beta for this? Well, actually, it doesn't matter because I don't even have other people in my personal HubSpot portal. Yeah, dude, so what this is like when you go and book a meeting with someone, and is this off the schedule? Jeez, what am I doing? No, this is that new tool, right? Isn't it where is it? Meetings. Oh my God, am I crazy? Where is it? Meetings. No, it's not here. Do we have this in a demo portal? I see you, John. Carrie, I always used to have problems with re-enrollment, and then it's set out in the way that Kevin just built it, so I've always had to build it coming off of the none branch and then check, etc. If that makes sense. I just don't want deals to enroll only once. However, oh yeah, I guess the re-enrollment thing's interesting there. As long as it, I guess, lets you re-enroll on the deal stage property changing if it's known. I'm feeling it's not a thing anymore. HubSpot should just move to the branch style like Kev had that view. Probably does not. I think I know what you're saying. HubSpot's got some pretty nuanced stuff that's definitely difficult to communicate over chat for sure. But yeah, where was that meet? So that meeting they have, isn't it like a new, where is it? Portals. Maybe on my personal one. Let me actually enroll in it. Product updates. Meeting rotations in the CRM scheduler. So this isn't meeting links. This is they had what that was coming from the Panda. Oh, okay. Panda Docs API do be wilding sometimes. Can I get in this beta? Yeah. Am I in my personal portal? Yeah, okay. Yeah. So I think the way this works now is you go to meetings. Maybe I'm wrong. Hold on. I could be hella wrong. Or do I need to like, oh, there it is. Okay. This. So create your first rotation. Create a rotation. So you can actually choose people, sales reps. What I'm assuming this is doing is I know what it does. It cycles through the different people, right? And it tells you who's up to get booked, right? And then I'm assuming it shows the default calendar link that person has in order to book them. But yeah, that's super cool. As soon as they can make it, like, one of the biggest things that like HubSpot's meetings tool was like missing for so long was the ability to book a meeting on behalf of someone else and not have to be on that meeting, right? So it was like super awkward for like BDRs who are trying to like book deals or book meetings for like their AEs, because you would have to tell people to go out and like get Chili Piper and get like the instant book tool, right? But now you can literally just like book a meeting and see your other sales reps' calendars and just like book time on their calendar through there. It's nuts. John's dropping some heat in the chat. Let me see. Wait, can I just do this? Is this easier? Where'd it go? Oh my God, I hate Windows 11 so much, dude. Oh, it doesn't let me put that, whatever. I'll just do this. This is way better. Okay. And then I can get rid of it on here. Yes. Yes. Okay. Maybe I'll bring it up a little bit. Hold on. Hey girls, come here.
Kate is here.
All right, you guys want to meet the girls? Hold on. Hey girls, we're live on LinkedIn right now. Say hi to Carrie, John, and Debbie. Hold on. You guys are naked, right? Guys, this is Audrey. Audrey, where were you just now? Where were you?
Champa Road.
You're at Champa Road. Yeah. Good job doxing us. Where did you just come from?
Champa Road.
I know we're on Champa Road right now, but where did you just come from? Where were you before?
At home.
No, you're at dance class.
A dance class.
Were you a little ballerina?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, what'd you learn at dance class?
What's wrong with?
You learned what?
What's wrong with?
Twirling? That's awesome. Hold on, let me... No, it's all right. It's just a live stream. You did twirling? That's so cute. You want to say hi to everybody?
Hi.
Hi. We're just talking about HubSpot. Isn't that fun?
What about me?
What about you? Here, I'll get you on here. 1 second. Come here. Eliza, come on up here. Oh. Can you say hi, everybody?
Hi.
How old are you?
4.
Take your binky out. You don't need a binky.
4.
You're 4 years old? And what were you doing? Look, they're all saying hi to you. Is it time for us to eat dinner? Don't put your cake-covered, sprinkle-covered mouth on my microphone. Is it time to go eat dinner? Time to eat dinner? All right. I'll pick you guys up. All right, guys. I'm gonna end the live there, but I'll keep doing these. Sounds fun. It was a fun first one. I hope it was at all helpful for folks. I gotta go look at everything John wrote in there. Let me just see. Oh, new beta for the JS building blocks. Sick. Just rotated on the number of fields booked and not availability. HubSpot will automatically tell you who you should book the next meeting for. That's pretty sick. Not available time in the calendar. So it works a bit differently from the meetings link. Yeah, that's what I figured. Oh, so is it not using the, oh. Because it's just looking at available time and it's actually showing their calendar, right? So I guess you don't even need a meeting booking link. It just books like a regular thing. That's sick. Anyway, thanks for hanging out, guys. I'll do this a little bit more, see how it goes. I want to try to figure out how to weave happily into it a lot more. Maybe do some like app Q&As or something like that, but appreciate you all joining in. It was a pretty fun time. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Happy Monday.